Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a part 2 to challenging my fear foods for 24 hours. This is always a fun video because as somebody who no longer struggles from an eating disorder, it's great to be free from fear foods and to not fear food, because you should never be afraid of something as simple and normal and natural as food, right? It doesn't make any sense. So this morning I am going to make a big breakfast because when I was recovering from an eating disorder and when I was like in the depth of everything, I feared having a big breakfast. So it was like breakfast should be small or nothing at all. Sorry, I have dogs in there. They're making some noise. So I'm gonna make some eggs, I'm gonna cook some bacon because that was a huge fear food, and I know that it's scary for a lot of people as well. I'm just gonna let Tabasco out here. That's my baby. And I'll also make some homemade hash browns. We'll have hash browns and bacon and eggs, and it'll be a delicious big breakfast and something I avoided for years. And I don't know, that's just ridiculous. So let's make some breakfast. And yeah, I'm hungry. So I have everything in front of me, and the thing that I'm going to start with is bacon. I think that we know that this isn't, you know, the healthiest thing for you, but I think that when you're recovering from an eating disorder, it's important to incorporate all foods and not limit any of them, if that makes sense. And it's not healthy or normal to be afraid of food. So I'm going to put some of this on a baking tray and put it in the oven. I find that it's the cleanest way to cook bacon, but you can do whatever you want. When I struggled from my eating disorder, I would have turkey bacon all the time because in my head it was like this healthy alternative, even though what I wanted was bacon. So then by continuing to try to replace things that I actually wanted, it just ended up messing with me in the long run, and I think that's what caused my binge eating after I suffered from atypical anorexia. So let's start with this. Also, today I'm going to be cooking for myself and for my boyfriend. So let's put some bacon on the tray, and I'm just going to put the bacon into the oven, and then we'll work on the hash browns because they take a while. All right, so hash browns are actually so much easier to make homemade than you would think. All that I do is I grate some potatoes, which used to be, like I said, a huge fear food. Like, I think it's because the media just portrays them as evil and like, oh my God, if you eat potatoes and carbs, you're gonna gain so much weight, and none of the celebrities do it. And it's just, your body runs on carbs, it needs carbs. That's what your body uses for fuel, right? Like, and you don't have to do something to deserve that, right? Like, you put fuel into your car so that it can run, right? You're not gonna wait until your car just runs out of gas and stops in the middle of the highway, right? Like, just, and then you can fill it with gas. So it just doesn't make any sense. So eat whenever you're hungry, have a little snack, just whatever you wanna do. So start with potatoes. I'm gonna use 3 potatoes. I'm gonna wash them and then grate them, and then I'll just show you the spices that I add. It's super easy. You just fry them in some oil and call it a day. Okay, so once you've grated all of your potatoes, you wanna squeeze all of the water out. So I just use paper towels, but if you have a like cheesecloth, that would be better. Oh my God, there's a little fruit fly that's bugging me. All right, so let's see what we can do with these. So once you've squeezed out, you know, enough water, just transfer it into a bowl or container or whatever. So in your potato mixture, you're going to put a teaspoon of flour, a teaspoon of salt, as much black pepper as you like to taste, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. Then you just mix it all up. You can also add grated onion, or honestly, whatever you like. Some paprika would be nice, maybe a little bit of cayenne. I'm just going for a simpler hash brown today. So once everything is nice and coated and your potatoes are looking, you know, real nice, smelling good, we're going to put our pan on medium heat. Like, if it goes up to 10, like a 5 or a 6, you know your oven, okay? So we're gonna put some oil, fry them for around 3 minutes on each side, and just put them on a plate with a paper towel so it can kind of absorb the oil a little bit. And I like to wait until the hash browns are all cooked, and then I start my eggs, and then we're gonna plate it. It's gonna be great, okay? Yeah, all right. So let's come over here. Where am I gonna put you? Maybe here? All right, so I'm not sure if I'll show myself frying it. It's literally just, you're frying it in a pan. But yeah, let's begin the process because I'm hungry. So, let me grab a pan. So today we're gonna be frying in olive oil because that's what I have. Use what you have. We're not afraid of any different kind of oil here, okay? Oil is oil, that's it. I see a lot of people on Instagram just use avocado oil and claim that it's the best oil and super healthy, but oil is oil, and sure, some things are healthier than other things and better for your body, and that is okay. The thing about food freedom is to have the choice between, you know, cauliflower rice and not feel anxious or disappointed if you have to have rice, or not feeling fear about that certain food group. It doesn't mean avoiding health completely. I love smoothies. I love healthy food. And some days, do I perhaps not have as much fruit as I'd like? Yeah. But, you know, I'm listening to my body, which I think is important as well. And I'm not stressing if I don't. In the past, I would stress if I didn't eat well. And that's just, you don't want to live that kind of life, right? It's not worth it to be afraid of food or going to a restaurant and afraid if they don't have like a healthy option that you're going to just not eat, or order a side of steamed veggies and call it a day, because that's not healthy. So I preach food freedom, intuitive eating, healthy eating, but also listening to your body. So I keep saying so. Let's fry these bad boys. I don't know if they're the same as latkes. Are they? Are latkes just shredded potato? Let me know in the comments. Okay. I just use my hands to form the hash browns, but you can do whatever you want. Just use clean hands. But I mean, if you're the only one eating them and you want to have dirty hands, that's kind of gross, but do you. We don't judge on this channel. So I'm going to try to make like 4 or 5 big hash browns. Oh yeah, guys. All right, ow, I got burned by the oil. My camera's gonna die. I'm gonna charge you and I will show you guys my final breakfast. Okay? Sounds good. Hi you guys, so it's a little bit later. Breakfast was delicious, chef's kisses, it was wonderful. But I'm feeling a little bit peckish, like I really want a cup of something warm. So I'm going to make a cup of tea. Now, you might be wondering, why is tea a fear food? And it's not, but I used to drink my tea black, and personally I prefer to have my tea with milk and with honey and for it to be sweet. And I used to not do that because I was afraid of the extra calories. Pretty sad, right? When you really think about it, like it's ridiculous. So I'm gonna make a cup of tea and I clean the house. I'm a little bit sweaty. So I'm gonna have a nice cup of tea, relax with my dog on the couch, and that's about it for right now. But I thought I was gonna update you guys. And breakfast was delicious. I'm sorry I couldn't do like a montage of me eating it. My camera was dead. So you saw before and after. I ate everything. It was wonderful. So let's make some tea now and then a little snack later. Also, I'm aware that it's April and I'm using a reindeer mug, but it's so cute. All right, so I've got my steaming cup of tea. It's just amazing how this used to terrify me. Like, it just shows how much of an influence celebrities and media have on young girls and young people. You know, it's sad. It really is, that this was something, a beverage that used to just make me quake, you know? Like, I just couldn't understand why anyone would drink anything other than like black tea and black coffee because of the calories, and that's just a scary thing. So let's drink this. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's watch some Netflix. Let's just relax, okay? It's quarantine. Don't feel pressured to change your body or change anything during quarantine because we're going through a pandemic, okay? Just let's take it easy, take it one day at a time. Be productive if you want, watch a movie if you want. Neither is better than the other, okay? Hello, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat again. And as a pre-dinner snack, I'm gonna have some bread and cheese because that's what sounds good. And you would have never caught me eating that in the past. So I have some leftover homemade bread rolls. I've shown my homemade bread in so many of my past videos, but I will leave the recipe that I use in the description below. And I'm going to use my favorite cheese ever, Bullseye. If you have this, it's delicious. It's a soft cheese. It's not super strong, so if you're somebody who's like starting out with cheeses, it's a good one. Besides, like, if you're trying to stray away from cheddar and the classics. And they have a bunch of flavors. The cranberry one is really, really good, and this one is shallot and chive. I'm not sure where they have this. I know that they have it throughout Canada, and I think they have it in the US as well. But let me know if they have this cheese where you're from or if you've had it before, because it is truly amazing and just so good. A little snack. And there's foil under here, so I'm not just touching the cheese directly. I mean, I probably would, but I'm not. Got my buns. I was going to microwave the buns, but honestly, they're still kind of fluffy and nice from yesterday. So let me just show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna cut them into little pieces. They're looking a little crummy, but that's fine. So this is the product. I shall show you one. The final product, delicious. And I don't know why, but there's just something so nice about bread and cheese. So if you haven't had any today, why not? Cheers, and I will see you guys at dinner. Hello, it's not that much later. I had the bread and cheese, it was delicious, but I'm wanting something sweet. So I'm gonna have a popsicle. And I used to do this thing where, I mean, I avoided sweets almost all the time, but in my head, sweets were only for after dinner. Like, if I was going to have something that day, it had to be after dinner, or just, like, I would feel guilty about it. So sweets can be for any time of the day. Morning, breakfast, afternoon pick-me-up. I'm gonna watch some reality TV, which I never do. I'm gonna watch one episode, probably hate it, and then watch Desperate Housewives, which, I mean, it's not reality TV, but I like it. Hey you guys, it is dinner. Excuse the noises in the house. Tonight for dinner, we are going to do pub-inspired food because that's just something that I was scared of. That's just something that I was scared of. If my friends ever wanted to go out to eat, I had to make sure that we were going to a place that had healthy, quote unquote, options. So I wanted to go to like a salad bar, sushi place, things like that. And just my mind had this idea that fried food and beer and things like that were just off limits, not okay, super unhealthy. But tonight we're gonna make chicken wings and we're gonna make homemade onion rings. So we're in quarantine, so currently I'm not doing any delivery or takeout or anything like that. And where I live, we don't really have the opportunity to have a lot of restaurants around us. So I'm going to make homemade onion rings for the first time in my life. So I really hope that that goes well. And we're gonna make chicken wings and we're gonna fry them. There's gonna be oil. Whew, it's gonna test me. So we should get down to business because it is 8 o'clock and I'm hungry and also work tomorrow. So I work from home we haven't had people over. We've been quarantined for over a month or so. We only leave to walk the dogs. I get groceries delivered to our house. We wash everything. We've been pretty safe, and I hope that everybody is doing the same and that you're not going out with friends and everything. That can wait. You know, people die. Young people have been dying too. It's not just for the elderly or the seniors, whatever you want to label them. But I know that people are losing people, and it's not a time to take this lightly. So stay home, make some chicken wings. And let's do this, because I've also never made chicken wings before, so I don't know what I'm doing. So let's start with the chicken wings, but I feel like I should look up a recipe. Actually, you know what? I think, you know what? I'm gonna wing it. So I'm gonna put all of these in a little bit of flour. I honestly don't know how I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna put them in the flour like this, shake it off, and just put it back here. I watched this BuzzFeed video like a year ago where they tested all of these celebrities' different wings. And this guy just deep fried wings that had been floured, and then he like made a sauce and tossed the cooked wings in the sauce that he made. So I think that I'm gonna do something similar to that. I'm no chef. My dad was actually a chef growing up, so I learned some things from him. I know that the camera's crooked, but my hands are covered in flour, I'm sorry. But yeah, I was afraid of pub food growing up. I don't know why there's so much pressure on people to look a certain way. And I've had people before say that there's no way that I was anorexic in the past because I didn't hit like 100 pounds or something like that. And a lot of people don't take anorexia seriously until you get to that point where you need to be hospitalized. And I was hospitalized for other reasons. Like I wasn't eating enough food, and my body sort of shut down, and I had crazy migraines, and I continued to restrict. And I would weigh myself every morning and had very abnormal behaviors. And I would just starve myself and eat like plain lettuce for lunch. And it's just things like that where you become just so obsessed. Wings are floured that you don't have to wait for like a breaking point. You don't have to wait for hospitalization. If you realize you have a problem with food, you have the opportunity to do something. And I know it's really hard to take control, but that's why I make these videos. I make these videos for you to see that it's possible to have a normal relationship with food. It's possible to move forward from your past and just live normally as whatever normal is to you, right? But being afraid of food, that ain't normal. So let me wash my hands. So I have a recipe for onion rings because those I'm a little bit lost for, and I feel like it needs a little bit more than just flour. So I found this recipe from All Recipes, I think it's what it's called, for these like old-fashioned onion rings. So let me pull that recipe up. Hopefully they look something like that in the end. Let's do this. For my recipe, I'm gonna cut up 2 onions. I'm sure we won't everything, but leftovers are fine as well. It's so funny because onion rings are so cheap to make. Like the ingredients are basically flour, egg, milk, and an onion. But I feel like at pubs and stuff, they're so expensive. Maybe it's just where I'm from, but are onion rings expensive where you live? Let me know. I'm praying that I don't cry. All right, so I'm gonna cut this now. I think I'm supposed to cut it into bigger chunks. I don't know how big though. Oh my God, I'm crying. Guys, oh. Is there a trick? Because my eyes are watering. Those YouTubers who make fake apology videos should just smell some onion because I feel like it's more believable. Oh my God, then half of their bad acting. You know what, by the look of this, I think I'm only gonna need 1 onion, so I might just put the other one in a Tupperware because we're just 2 people. And I feel like 2 onions. Oh my God, my eyes. This is why they're so expensive to make, because fucking hurts. Yeah, this onion's going away. I can't do this. So that was a little traumatizing. The oil's outside, but for the onion rings, I'm gonna keep a little pot on the stove. I'm going to flour all of the onion rings and just put them on this sheet. Okay, so I feel like that's 1.25 cups. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, some salt, and then you're supposed to put the onion rings into this mixture. People always ask me where I get this shirt. It's my dad's from like the 70s when he went to Jamaica, and I stole it when I moved out like 8 years ago. When did I move out? I'm 23. Like 5 years ago. I don't know how I did that math. Hello you guys, so the wings are just keeping warm in the oven. The last round of onion rings are in the fryer. By the way, 1 onion makes more than enough for 2 people, probably 4 people, but that's okay. I'm going to make 2 different kinds of wings. One is just going to be barbecue sauce. I have barbecue sauce in the fridge. And the other one, I'm going to mix sriracha, honey, and I'm going to melt a little bit of butter. So it's like a, I don't know, like a savory sweet wing. I don't know how it's going to taste. I saw a recipe online. Let's do it. Let's start with the spicy one. So melted butter. Do around 1/4 cup of honey. And 2 tablespoons of sriracha. So I'm gonna heat up the barbecue sauce so that it's nice and warm. Actually, the wings are hot, so it'll make it hot. But I think our wings are ready to be tossed in their sauces. All right, dinner is ready and it smells and looks so good. I've got the sriracha honey wings. I have 3 of those and 2 barbecue wings because I think I'll like the spicy sauce more. And then I have like 1/8 of an onion. Oh my god, I feel hot. Very good. I don't know if I'll eat it all, but I am hungry. So I'm going to eat my onion rings with ketchup because ketchup is amazing, and dig in. So cheers to eating foods that used to freak you out. I dare you to challenge yourself tomorrow or tonight or today, whenever you're watching this, to do something that would have maybe in the past freaked you out or maybe freaks you out to this day. So there's nothing wrong with this food. It's just food. I thought I would try the honey sriracha wing. Wow, guys, that's so good. You guys, I'm gonna have to cut out so much of me eating that wing because I don't know how mukbangers do it. I just don't look graceful at all. And I'm done. It was really good. I'm really full. I don't know if I will have anything else tonight. I really hope that you got something out of this video. It was so much fun to film. It's always fun to film these things and to continue to eat intuitively and not fear food. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I have so much to clean up in my kitchen. I made such a mess with dinner. It's giving me a little anxiety. So I've got to go clean that up. And then I'm probably done for the night. I'm gonna drink some water, maybe have another cup of tea, and start to wind down because like I said, it's Sunday, I work tomorrow, and honestly that dinner, it did me in. I am full to the brim. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and become part of our teeny tiny little family.